Hi YouTube, sorry I haven't posted any videos for quite a long time. It's because I was getting ready for having open heart surgery at St Bart's Hospital. I've had my operation now and I'm out, and I'd actually made most of this video before I went in, so I've got a chance now to kind of get it onto YouTube. So if you have a look here, this is an ant's nest that I've made. It's just a really quick build, a little kind of mini project. So in here we've got cotton wool, and it's damp, and it's got a bit of golden syrup added to it. There's a little runway to this rock, and then there's a little hole that leads into the nest. This middle section here has just got water in it, not tap water, it's bottled water. And then this end one again is cotton wool soaked with water but also honey, and there's a piece of apple there. It's a bit old and it needs replacing, but that's what I do every so often, replace that bit of apple. And this daylight section has a clear lid, and it just has a mesh piece on which is very fine kind of gauze, and it just allows for ventilation. Moving to the area that is kept dark for the ants, all I've done is taken a sheet of cardboard and just wrapped it very quickly with some black duct tape. That just makes it really dark, and I can put that over the top and then just remove it every so often when I need to see the ants. This is just a breeze block, and it's all just carved, all of the little sections. So I just use this Dremel drill, just use sort of standard Dremel drill. This one's got a really cool attachment on it. You can see here it's also got a bit where I can hang it up at that section, but then yeah, look, it's got this bit that attaches on here, goes all the way, it's this sort of gooseneck, and then I can use this kind of much finer drill bit at the end. And I just use these different burr tools for making those kind of hollowed out kind of labyrinth effect for the ants to go into. I'll just show you a range of my other burr tools just to give you an idea. They're all kind of similar, but some take out much more material than others, you know, a lot quicker, and some are a bit finer. You can see here my other kind of Dremel drill bits. They're kind of finer sort of diamond drill bits and things if you wanted to be really kind of precise and make very fine notches and things, but usually I was just making really quite big tunnels, so those burr tools are perfect. So it's definitely worth investing in one of these blocks like I've got here. I think they're just called breeze blocks, but they might be called air bricks as well, that kind of thing. They're just really easy to carve. If you were to try carving this out of, say, a standard brick, it would be quite hard to kind of get these bits out. But this whole lot, because it is so soft, probably took me about half an hour just with the Dremel drill to go through. And incidentally, if you haven't got a Dremel drill, you can just use chisels and things, and I don't think it would take particularly long, even with a chisel, just to carve out this kind of labyrinth effect. So you can see that's where I've got a tube going through there from the clear section, and then I've got various chambers. This is quite nice where you've got all these long lines. I think the ants appreciate that. But then yes, just a case of going to town really, just decide your own design. I've got a little tube here as well on the side, and that's important because you can pull this bit out and you can spray water into the nest. You can see I've got a bit of cotton wool on the other side, so I open that and just with a water spray into it, and it makes it really nice and damp inside. That's really cool for the ants, and it keeps the humidity up, and it gets that bit of cotton wool nice and wet. So I decided to use this for a colony of Myrmica rubra, which is the UK common species of red ant. You can see the queen here in this section. She's much larger and she's much darker, so she's really easy to spot compared to the other ants. So it's important to go in the garden, find yourself a nice colony of red ants, scoop it all up into a large tub, and then just look carefully and see if you can find the queen. You can see the queen's been laying lots of eggs here, and then the workers are all taking care of them in that section. In this section we've got some larger larvae. Again, they're being taken care of by worker ants. There are quite a few soldier ants kicking about as well, and mainly though there are sections with eggs in, sections with larvae in at different stages. Some of the larvae are really quite big. and it's just a really nice little colony. There's a lot going on, but there's not an absolutely massive amount of ants. There's probably only, several hundred ants, but that's enough. It's enough for you to see all the various stages of the life cycle and, yeah, watch all the action, but without having swarms and swarms of ants. Incidentally, I just used a sheet of Perspex on the top here. You could use clear acrylic as well, something like that. You can see I've just screwed in each corner. It's also very important to go around the edges with something to kind of seal it. So I just used hot melt glue gun around all of the edge to connect the top layer to the breeze block. Otherwise you'll find ants escaping all over the place, and that would be no good. I really enjoyed doing this project. I mean, it was a bit of a rush job, but I'd love to do it again and spend a bit more time on it, make it a bit more kind of perfectly. But in actual fact, the colony is doing really well. You can see the queen here again, and all of the eggs and things. So it's a thriving little colony, and I'm really pleased with how it's actually working. It's just not particularly attractive looking. Could be much nicer. So I can imagine making a much bigger version at some point. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Check out my other YouTube videos if you get a chance. I will be posting more about my heart operation at some point, so check out those videos if you want to see that. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.